Hey, what's going on, vets? How you guys doing today? Markel's TV here, back with another Q&A. Now, normally I would do this Q&A live on Sunday, which is tomorrow, Mother's Day, but I have plans that morning, and then I got plans in that afternoon, so I will not be available. So what I'm going to do, because I don't expect anyone really to be on here tonight, is go ahead and read the last comments that were left. I'm going to run through a few of them and try to answer the questions that were left behind there. And on Monday, I will do the normal live on Monday, and I'm going to try to have a guest on either Thursday or Friday of this upcoming week. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the most recent comment or question left behind is Mr. Clark, 100% vet here in Thailand. Thank you for your service and support. I appreciate it, sir. I appreciate you watching, subscribing to the channel, and thank you for your comment. The next two comments come from Alfred. I appreciate the comments, Alfred. Ready, sir. Salute. Well said, brother. Okay, that was from two videos that I did. One was titled Military Appreciation Month. The other one was titled Everyone Cannot Be 100%. Okay, so here we go with a question. This one is from Mr. Johnson. It says, Markel, I'm 100% P&T since February of 2019, but I had a triple bypass. My wife has to assist me 80% of the time. Can I claim aid in attendance or caregiver benefit? Okay, so depending on the era you were in. So if you were in during Vietnam, you were in post 9/11, you can apply for the caregiver program and aid in attendance. But if you were in during my era, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, you're not post 9/11, you're not Vietnam, you're going to have to wait until October 1st, 2022 before you can apply for the caregiver program. As far as aid in attendance, you can apply for aid in attendance at any time you want. Here's what I would say to you, those of you who are considering applying for aid in attendance. Talk to your primary caregiver. Whoever your primary caregiver is, whether it's psych or it's healthcare, talk to them. Let them know what you're getting ready to do. The reason why is because when the VA sends that form out, they're going to send it to your primary healthcare provider. They're the one that's going to have to make that decision. When you go there and you talk to them prior to filling out that form and prior to filing a claim, you will know exactly what they're thinking. They're either going to agree with what you're saying or they're not going to agree. And they're going to say basically, yes, I think you need it, or no, I don't think you need this. At which point you have to then make a decision. If they agree with you, great. If they don't, then you may have to go out and get a second opinion, knowing that your primary doctor that you've been seeing is probably going to disagree with the opinion from your secondary doctor, whoever you get the second opinion from. This is why it is better to talk to your primary healthcare provider and let them know what you're doing. That way you have an idea which way they're going to go with it. Okay. Hopefully this information helps you out. Okay. I'm going to do just a few more. What's up, Love and Freedom? How you doing tonight, man? I was thinking about doing hashtag no sleep team, but I got to get some rest, bro, because I got a full day tomorrow. Let's see. The next comment is from Mr. Steele. Yes, we'll be online. Thanks for what you do to help vets. Great information. Appreciate that, Mr. Steele. Mr. Miles, looking forward to this discussion. Now, let me apologize because the video I did with Uncle Alan regarding the rapid retraining program, the new program from the VA, it ended up being on the wrong channel. It ended up being on Retired and Happy. But for those of you who are subscribed to the channel and returning subscribers, you should be able to see that video pop up in your feed when you go to this channel. If you're not seeing that video pop up in your feed, please let me know in the comment section. But for those of you who are subscribed, you should be able to see that video. Okay. The next one's from Love and Freedom. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. You joining and supporting the show as always. The next comment is from Kay, and Kay says SSDI is hard for younger vets to get, even with 100% PNT or 100% from the VA. Absolutely true, but let me just put a caveat on that. SSDI is hard for anyone applying, not just younger vets, any person, because the criteria is much different than what the criteria is for the VA. SSDI's criteria is all or nothing, where the VA's criteria is incremental from 0 to 100 and everything in between. Social Security, you either are disabled or you are not. That's what it boils down to. Let's see. Yes, sir. Go enjoy that great life. I'll be here. I appreciate that, man. So it doesn't matter what your age is. It's going to depend on your disability. Can you prove to Social Security you are disabled? That's what it boils down to. So I got a buddy in the States right now in Arizona. He's been trying, I think for the last 5 years to get Social Security, and they will not give it to him. I mean, he only has a few more years to go for retirement, so he's done trying. But to just say young vets, no, it's any vets. It's any person out there, regardless if they got military service or not. It is super hard to get benefits through Social Security because their criteria is totally different than what the VA's criteria is. True, I was denied the first time. Yes. Hell, I was denied the first time and got it on the appeal on the second go round. And they ended up telling, they were like, well, I don't understand how you even got denied the first time, but it's not easy. Even with all the issues I have and everything that they wrote up, even though, man, I had some stuff going on with me and it was clear that nobody was going to hire me with my current situation. So it's just how it goes with Social Security, man. It doesn't matter your age, your disability. You're being able to prove your disability, and also has to do with them finding jobs, because they come up with stuff for jobs that you never think of. And that's what gets a lot of people. They'll say, okay, since you can't do this, well, how come you can't go sit behind a computer screen as a security guard and just watch, since you can't stand very long? I mean, they come up with things you never think of for a job. But bottom line, though, it boils down to your disability. All right, let's move down to the next one. This one's from the video I talked about earlier from Mr. Book. Good evening from North Carolina, Mr. Markel. Hey, I appreciate that, Mr. Book. Hopefully you're having a great day wherever you are, well, in North Carolina, whatever you're doing right now. And happy Mother's Day. So I don't forget for tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Enjoy your day. That's going to be one of the things I'm doing tomorrow, is going to a friend's house where they're having a Mother's Day celebration. There's going to be a bunch of different people there. So I was like, you know what? I'll go to this one. Hell, I ain't doing nothing. So that's why I'm doing this right now. Let's see. I'm going to do a few more. The next one here is from Mr. Frazier. I am 25 and 100% P&T and not working. As of last year, when I ETS'd out of the Army, should I file for SSI? I don't have enough working years for SSDI. What do you think about my specific situation? Will I even get paid enough? I'm not even 100% sure if I qualify for SSI. Appreciate the video, brother. Like and subscribe. If I can't take advantage of it, I'll go for it. Okay. So I ended up responding back to this video. And what I said to Mr. Frazier was this: apply and see what they tell you. Because if you don't have enough work hours, you want to make sure, though, that you don't. Because if you don't have enough work hours, then, yeah, you're going to be done. Because SSI is need-based. You make too much getting 100% from the VA to qualify for supplemental security income. Not going to happen. That's need-based. And 100%, you at least getting $3,000, better than $3,000. And SSI is reserved for people who can't even make the minimum amount. I think it's $600 or $500, somewhere in there. So yeah, you wouldn't qualify for SSI. But me being in your position, I would tell you to apply, see what Social Security says. If they determine that you don't have enough work hours, at that point, I don't know what else to tell you to do if you don't want to pursue employment to where you're paying into the system. That was the biggest point of that video, was to let you guys know that if you're not going to work and you physically can work and you can't get Social Security, understand your Social Security, the amount of the Social Security you're planning to get is slowly going down because you're no longer paying into the system. They're going to look at your last 35 working years. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of people who were scheduled to get the max, but by the time they get through adding all those zeros in from non-work, you're no longer going to be getting the max. And that's the point of that video. Hopefully that helps you out, sir. Let's do a couple more here. What's this, Love and Freedom? Oh, it's Mother's Day in Colombia. Tomorrow. Yeah, it's Mother's Day. Isn't it Mother's Day everywhere tomorrow, Sunday? Because that's why they have a lot of these restrictions. Here, there ain't no alcohol tomorrow. No alcohol in the DR. Nope. It's a lot of these countries, man. This is what they do when they get one of these major holidays. They put restrictions in, and we definitely got restrictions here tomorrow, as do most countries. I believe they have restrictions right now. Okay, let's do a couple more. Did that one. Let's see. Here's the one for Military Appreciation Month. It says, how many subscribers? Whatever number I got. I don't pay that no attention. Let's see. Any plans to come back to the continental USA? Yes, and probably another 5 up to 10 years, I'm moving back to the States. This is never a permanent place for me, but yeah, this is going to be temporary. I'm enjoying myself, but I know that for me personally, as I get advanced in age, as my disabilities get worse, the U.S., where I'm from, where I could get the maximum amount of benefits for being disabled from the VA, from Social Security, will occur in the United States of America. It will never occur in this country or any other country that's not the U.S. or U.S. territory. So yes, I will be going back to the U.S. at some point. Do YouTube income affects your disability income? Absolutely not. The income that I get from YouTube is looked at as passive income, because I can make a video like this and say this video is viewed 5,000, 10,000 times. Well, I only made it once, and it's still making money when I'm doing absolutely nothing. So YouTube videos are viewed, YouTube income is viewed as passive income. It's no different than you buying a property. You rent out that property. You're not doing anything else but collecting the money every month. And it's the same way with YouTube. You make a video, hour, 5 minutes. That's not like you working 8 hours, 10 hours a day, every day for a week. You follow what I'm saying? Even if you put out a video every day, a 5-minute video, you're spending less than an hour making the video, producing the video, editing the video, and then uploading it, and then you're done. So no, it is considered passive income. What is this? No, Mother's Day passed in the States a few weeks ago, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here tomorrow, because there's a few of them celebrating Mother's Day here tomorrow. Let's see, May 9th in the States and May 10th in Mexico. Oh, okay. Bro, I'm just going by what. All I know is I'm going to a Mother's Day celebration tomorrow afternoon. That I haven't been keeping up with it myself, bro. Let's see. Another comment here. Gary, how you doing, man? It says, thank you for your service, Markel. Hey, I appreciate you watching, Gary. You're a good supporter. You're a longtime supporter as well. Let's see. This is the same one I did about the young vets and Social Security. Says, they tax my retirement check. Is that good enough? Okay. So if you are just receiving like normal retirement, which is between $1,600 to $1,800 a month, and they're taxing it. They may be taxing that only what, $75, $110 at the most. That is not the same as you working full time when you were making 55 or 6,500, you know, and they're taking out what, $200, $300, $400 a month, and now they only taking maybe $80 a month. That's not even close. So it helps that you got that money going into Social Security, but that's not the same amount you were paying. To understand Social Security and the way it works, ladies and gentlemen, the more you make, the more they take, the more you'll get paid in your retirement. The less you make, the less you're paying in, the less your Social Security is going to be. Okay. So if you're not making top money, you know, if you ain't in the 100,000 plus category and you've been that way for the last 25, 30 years, 35 years, you know, you're not going to get maximum Social Security unless you got military service behind you, right? Where if you got military service, you get credit for all those years you were in plus your Social Security. You can end up getting the max. But for everybody else that's out there, that's normal people, and you're applying for Social Security, you making $35,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year, you might get 1,000 at the end of it, maybe, but you're not going to get nowhere near the max making that kind of money. So that's where it all comes in with the Social Security system. And then when you stop working, they look at the last 35 years of your work history. And if you haven't been working, dude, all those years where you've been paying in are now turning into zeros. So that's what I mean. This is how Social Security works. When they come with Social Security income for retirement or with disability, it works the same way. You're not paying a whole lot into it. Don't expect a whole lot out of it. What's up, Howard? How you doing, man? Mr. Chance, how you doing tonight? Love and freedom. Let's see, Markel. Which camera do you usually live stream from? I'm using this one I bought lately. I was using the one here on my MacBook Pro. It's garbage. This one actually is 1080p, but because I didn't upgrade this yet to 1080p, it's still going to give you a 720p feed at the end, even though this is much clearer. That's what I'm using right now. Let's see. Mother's Day in Panama is the 8th of December. Wow. I guess it's different everywhere. What's the name of your podcast mic? This just says NLL. I got this thing off Amazon, dude. I think I spent this was on sale on Amazon, and it was, I think the normal price was like $110, but I ended up spending like $40-some for this thing because it was on sale. But it's N, the letter N, LL. Let's see. I'm about to get the DJI Pocket 2 tomorrow. Okay, yeah. I got the original Pocket with all the accessories. I didn't see enough to upgrade to the Pocket 2. And to be quite honest with you, bro, I got a ton of cameras I don't even use. I haven't used my GoPro 8 Hero Black in the longest. I used the GoPro Max for the first time in months when I did that video, about El Poblado and Las Palmas on my other channel. Dude, you guys would not believe the number of cameras I have that I don't even use. They're just sitting. They just sit. And then I bought the Sony A7C, and I haven't even taken it out the box. I've been using my Sony A6400. So, yeah. I got to get back, man, to my minimalist lifestyle, because if I got to bounce, there's so much stuff I just got to give away because I can't take it with me, and I'm trying to stay mobile. I was tempted to buy the new iMac, the M1 iMac, upgraded to 16 gigabytes, but then it's like I would buy it and say I had to bounce in 2 months. I got to get that thing away because I'm not traveling with that iMac. So I got to get back to my minimalist lifestyle, dude. So hopefully that helps you out. But the Pocket 2 is nice, and you can get the mic and all the accessories with it. But for me, I'm not getting no more cameras, bro. I'm done buying cameras for a while. Yeah, NLL. The DJI Pocket 2 is small. Handheld compact also is 1080p. Actually, the DJI Pocket 2 is 4K 60. It has a 4K camera. You can do 4K 30. You can do 4K 24, 30, and 60. And you can do slow-mo on 1080p up to 120 frames per second. At 720p, I believe you can go all the way to 240 frames per second, I believe. But yeah, it's a nice camera. It's a small, I'm telling you, bro, I got them all. I got instant 360 cameras I haven't even used. Bro, I got a ton of stuff, and I'm just going to start giving it away. I was going to try to sell it here, but it's like, you know what? Let me get this stuff because I'm not even using it. It'd be different if I needed the money and I'll go, you know what? Let me sell these cameras. But the way I look at it, man, honestly, is like some of these people will never own stuff like that. So how would it hurt me to give them something I'm not even using? So I'm just going to give it away. A lot of this stuff, I'm just going to give it away. I'm going to dwindle my stuff down to bare minimums. The same thing with all these cell phones I got. Just to get off topic for a second. The same thing with all these cell phones I got. Because I've been keeping that iPhone SE, the original, the little bit of phone with me as a backup. But it's like, why am I paying insurance on these things if I'm going to keep a backup? That doesn't make sense. So tomorrow when I go to that party, I'm going to take 2 phones with me and just give them to people that don't have them or got screens that are all jacked up and give them those phones because I ain't never going to use it. And I tried to use that thing yesterday for the whole day. Hell no. When you come from this big ass phone and then you go to that little bitty screen and the battery on this will last almost 3 days and the battery on that phone lasted about 5 hours. No. Let's see. Wow, you have a lot. Yeah, I got a ton of stuff, dude. Like I said, I'll get into a habit sometimes of just buying stuff just to buy it. But I got to stop that, bro. I got to get back to my minimalist lifestyle. Let's see. In the Philippines, Mother's Day is not a big holiday. Okay. Birthdays are more important. People will spend the little bit they have saved to celebrate birthdays. Wow. Okay. Nice information there, Mr. Chance. I know that Christmas, boy, they start celebrating Christmas early. Christmas lasts a long time in the Philippines. Would you appeal an incompetent order on 100% PNT? Would I appeal it? Let's see. If they're gonna give you incompetent at 100% PNT, that means they gave somebody else power of attorney of your affairs. Would I appeal it? It really would depend on the situation and why. Well, first of all, why would I question they're giving me 100%? Because let me back up for a second. If I'm married, right, I'm with my wife, and they are giving me 100% PNT for being incompetent, and power of attorney is with my wife, then I'm cool with that. I would be cool with that. But if you're conscious of everything that's going on, you're coherent, right? And you don't want this. You want to appeal it. You do understand what's going to happen when you appeal it. Because I don't know where you were before, but they're going to take that away temporarily, right, while you're appealing it. So you need to give a little bit more as to why would you want to take that away. I mean, obviously, you know, if you're deemed incompetent, you can't own a weapon. There's a lot of things that you can't do when you're deemed that, and depending on the state that you're in as well, they have particular laws that are different as well. So there's got to be a little bit more to that. But I'm telling you, if I was married and it was my wife that had power of attorney, I'm cool with that. But if it's somebody else that they're giving it to, like maybe a sister or a brother or somebody that you really don't get along with that well, and they got power of attorney of your money, then yeah, I may have a problem with that. But that kind of depends, man, because understand, if you're appealing it, you want them to take that away. But then why would you? I mean, it's kind of it's a tough thing, bro. I'm not going to lie to you because they've given you the 100%. They haven't given it to you the way you want it. But what would be the reason why you want to take that you don't want that? What's the driving force as to why you wouldn't want that? Would you want to appeal it? Let's see. What happens to older expats who overstay when their health is failing? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I already told people this is not my final stop. None of these places are my final stop is the U.S., going back to the U.S., because that is the only place I'm ever going to get the 100% full benefits from Social Security and from the VA. It's never going to happen living in these countries. It's only going to happen in the U.S. or U.S. territory. So when these older expats who overstay and their health is failing, bro, they I don't know. I'm sure a lot of them go back to the States reluctantly, or they just stay here and I guess go into some of these retirement homes here, which they are nice retirement homes here. But I honestly don't know the answer to that one, JX. Let's see. Got it. Thanks. No problem. Oh, yeah. The pockets, all the pockets, bro. The original, the one you got, is 4K 60. Let's see. Are all those cell phones unlocked? Yes. All the phones that I buy them unlocked. Even the ones that come from Google Fi, they're unlocked. Google Fi doesn't have any apps, any branding, nothing on anything you buy from them. They come directly from the manufacturer, so they're all unlocked. All my iPhones I get directly from Apple. I always try to avoid buying a service company like AT&T, Verizon, any of those. I try to avoid buying from those because, like I made that video earlier, you're stuck on whatever network they have. That's why when some of you guys come, you can't figure out why your phone won't work with a particular service, is because it's either GSM or GSM. I'm sorry, it's GSM or CDMA, right? Verizon, Sprint, those are all CDMA, where AT&T and T-Mobile are GSM. So it's kind of complicated if you don't understand what service you own when you buy those. That's why I rather tell people buy directly from the manufacturer. Never go wrong with that. Let's see. Make sure you wipe your feet off. Make sure you wipe all your info off your old phones. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I always, take everything off. With Apple, you got to, wipe them, and then you take them off your Find My Phone, take them off your email, you take them off everything. Yeah, I always do that. Always. Let's see. I'm not married. Okay. Freedom, my dad is over it. Freedom. Okay, so you just want the freedom to do whatever you want to do. Okay, I can understand then that's what you want to do. You're not married. You want the freedom. But understand what's going to happen, because I don't know where you were prior to them giving you 100% PNT for it, or if you had a rating at all. Okay, not saying that they would agree with whatever it is you're trying to do with the appeal, but you can do that if that's what you want to do. But I would consult with my psychiatrist, because there's a reason why they're saying they're incompetent, right? And giving them 100% for it. So there's a reason for that. I would talk to, especially because it sounds like somebody else has power of attorney over this person at the time. I would go in and sit down with a psychiatrist, talk to them about it, and find out exactly why they deem them incompetent. Because it may be something, a misunderstanding of not knowing exactly what the diagnosis is or why they diagnosed it that way. But I wouldn't rush and do something. I would wait and talk to the psychiatrist that made that determination. Hey, Markel, I don't know if I asked you this, but can I claim TDIU retroactively from previous inclusive dates? I didn't work for those 6 years. Okay, in general, yes. So I think I talked about this maybe 3 years ago. There was a situation that happened with me where, you guys know, on my left side, right, from my foot, ankle, knee, my entire left leg, right, I had rating all the way down on my entire left leg that added up to over 60%. It was actually like 70%. And the VA did not give me IU at the time. It wasn't until 5 years later, because this was in 2009. 5 years later, they granted me TDIU. Well, I appealed it and it went all the way back to 2009, because as long as it's a body part, well, in my case, as long as it's a body part, right, that connects, in which your leg is considered one part, each individual part of my leg that had its own rating added up for me to enough for me to get TDIU. But whoever was my rater at the time didn't realize that and didn't give it to me. So I had to appeal it, go back, and was awarded it. So to answer your question, yes, in general. Markel, change your birth date and DD214 to age 55, and you'll get that P&T. No thanks. I'm cool being at my age. Let's see. I was 70, okay, before. Okay, so you were at 70. That's what I'm saying. Understand what you're doing now, okay? Please go talk to your psychiatrist before you go file an appeal. All right. But at this point, I'll be honest with you, if they deemed you incompetent, right, they're not really going to just take your word for it. All right. Because they're going to go to whoever it has a power of attorney who's doing all your affairs and going to talk to them first. So if I'm you and you really want to do this, you talk to whoever has power of attorney. You tell them you both want to go down and talk to your psychiatrist, because they're the ones that deemed you that. All right. Before you try to go do something on your own, talk to them first. Let them know what you're trying to do. Explain why you want to do it. Then go talk to your psychiatrist and then move from there. Just change your fiduciary who handles your money, and we're all incompetent. We joined the military. Welcome aboard. True. Okay. Yeah, as long as you, because it sounds like you're competent, bro. Because if you understand what I'm telling you, you're competent, right? But like I said, there's a reason why they deem you incompetent. There's a reason why. All right. And like I said, once they do that, they ain't necessarily gonna just take your word for it, because they're giving somebody else power of attorney of your affairs. So that's why I'm telling you the steps to go to whoever has power of attorney first and talk to them and let them know what you want to do. Then get together and go see your psychiatrist. All right. Don't just try to go do things on your own, especially when somebody else has power of attorney. The doctor told me I was functioning schizophrenic. Okay. Yeah, you may want, like I said, man, I've given you the best general information I can give you from there. But good luck with that, man. Just don't try to go do stuff on your own without talking to whoever's handling your affairs and talking to your psychiatrist. Laugh out loud. Yeah, so like I said, normally I would be doing this tomorrow during the day where most people can come on, but tomorrow I'm actually going on a little trip tomorrow, and then I'm going to a party that night, Mother's Day celebration. So I'm not gonna have the time to do it tomorrow. But like I said, I will come on live on Monday after one of my my doctor's appointments online. Right after that, I'll come on live on Monday. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. All right, guys. Anybody else have any other questions? Hey, how you doing? You guys still up, man? I thought you guys would be, in the bed waiting on Sunday. But yeah. Any other questions you guys have? Let me know now, regardless of what it is. But yeah, if you're gonna get that Osmo Pocket 2, get the accessories that go with it. Because if you don't get the accessories that go with it, you're gonna be like, man, I wish I would have got the wind muff for the mic. I wish I would have got the stand. I wish I would have got the whole setup. So don't just get the camera. If you can afford to get the whole kit, buy the whole kit. You'd be glad you did. Let's see. You go to a party every week. No, I don't go every week, but I've just been going lately, dude, just to give myself something to do. This one, I may actually put some on video. I may just like take photos, but I'm not necessarily going to take a video of the area because, you know, it ain't exactly the greatest place where I'm going. It's actually close to where a lot of tourists go to Communal 13. Where they get the tourist experience, I ain't getting the tourist experience. I'm actually going to the real thing where these people live. This is the real McCoy. This ain't the tourist version that you get, you know, where nothing's going to happen during the day. Where I'm going, who knows? It's holiday weekend in the States. Oh yeah. I saw that on the news, man. There's tons of people going out. And then I had two people send me two different articles. Uncle Alan sent me an article from the LA Times talking about a vaccine passport. And I think David from TEC show, the TEC show. He did a video talking about it as well. And I think Uncle Henry Uncle Henry sent me a link talking about the passport vaccine passport, that they're going to make it some kind of way that if you don't have a vaccine, you may have trouble traveling. Just nothing has been etched in stone yet. I'm just telling you what I saw from different articles and different shows where they're talking about this. So don't kill the messenger for putting that out there. I'm just telling you what's out there, right? What people are talking about. And I think I had mentioned this before, where I watched some CEOs talk about this may be something they do in the future. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Memorial Day this weekend. Yep. Hey man, have you ever tried out the new DJI FPV? No, I haven't tried DJI's version of the FPV drone. I have flown FPV. I actually have one here from Emax. The little cheap ones you can get from Emax, they're like $200 for the entire kit. I have one here. The little Tiny Hawks, I have one here. I don't know. I don't do enough. I shouldn't say I don't know enough. I don't do enough with FPV for me to spend $1,300 for that thing and then pay another $380 for the insurance. And that's just for one battery. I'm like, no, that's a little too steep even for me to spend. And I would never do FPV spending that kind of money because I wouldn't want to lose it. I would fly like a normal drone. So for me, it's not worth it to spend. What is it? To buy the kit, you're at what, $1,600, and then so you're roughly looking at $2,000 for the kit, the 2 extra batteries, and the extra batteries for the goggles and the insurance. Yeah, that wasn't worth it for me. For me, I would rather get it an Inspire. If I'm gonna spend $2,000 on a drone, I would get the Inspire 2 or wait for them to come out with the Inspire 3, which is the bigger drone. And fly that versus flying FPV. Microphone 1. What's the other accessory to get with the Osmo other than mic and wind guard? They got the stand. They have the extension, right? Because in some shots, when you see the Osmo Pocket has a very small lens, and I bought an ultra wide lens from Ulanzi. So you may want to look into that if you want to get the real wide shots, because the field of view on the Osmo Pocket, if you're just holding it in front of you like this, is about the equivalent of a 24 millimeter lens. When you get the wide view, you're going to get the equivalent of about an 18 millimeter lens. It's going to be much wider. You're going to get a lot more in the field of view. But you want to get the extension, right, which is also the stand. It works like a selfie stick, where you can put yourself in view and more people behind you. I'm trying to see what else came with it. So you get the pocket. You get the control wheel. So if you don't buy the extension that has the control wheel on it and you're just going to use it in your hand, there's a control wheel you can buy. And then it has a, what do you call that thing? It has a connector where you can do Bluetooth, where you can have your phone and you can control the camera with your phone, right? Make it go left, right, up, down, all that good stuff. So yeah, there's a couple more accessories that come with it. What happened to that drone action? What do you mean what happened to it? I just flew the drone last week. It was in a video. I mean, I wasn't going to show you the same site over and over. And where I'm going tomorrow, I may actually take the drone tomorrow and fly it around a little bit. But yeah, I've been flying it. You know, it's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's hard flying a drone here, especially inside the city because of the rules. But I take it out at least once a week and fly it. Memorial Day weekend, right? Let's see. Love VA and retired military paydays. Payday is the first, but money is always in our account. The VA is slow, but when you're in, you're good to go, baby. Yeah, if you got like Navy Federal, USAA, Pentagon Federal, and some of the others, you got paid yesterday. You should have got paid yesterday with those. And then everybody else with those normal accounts with like Chase and everybody else, they get paid. They should have got paid today. Actually, they would have got paid Saturday because Monday is the first. Most banks don't do transactions on those days. So yeah, Monday's the first. So Navy Federal, you guys got paid Thursday and no, Friday or Thursday. And then everybody else should have got paid Saturday. The theorist said this is long ago. What is long ago? I put that COVID vaccine sticker they gave me on the back of my passport book cover, baby. Okay. I hear you. Let's see. It does fly like a normal drone. Yeah, it'll fly like a normal drone, but you can also take it off of being a normal drone, meaning GPS is off, all that's off, and the stick control where you can let the stick go, it'll bounce back because it's spring loaded. With FPV, you go into the back of the remote, you unlock the spring so that it stays, right? Stays forward, stays back. It won't stay in the middle. And when you fly an FPV and you're not sure what you're doing with an FPV drone, you ain't flying long because you're going to crash that thing quick. And it's much faster than a normal drone. With a normal drone, your top speed is supposed to be about 48, 49, maybe 50 miles an hour. With FPV, that drone that DJI has FPV, because my racing drone goes faster than that, but the FPV drone from DJI, that drone will do, what is it, 85 or 90 miles an hour, 85, 87, or 90, somewhere in there. So it's moving, and you're basically controlling it. You're the pilot. There's no GPS, bro. There's none of that. And if you just slam into a wall, that's it. It's done. There's $2,000 to just slam into a wall. So yeah, I'm not real big on trying to do that. Let's see. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna get all those accessories. Yeah, you're gonna be happy when you got all the accessories, bro, because you can do a lot with it. Like I said, you can hook it to the Wi-Fi. You could be somewhere else, and you can control it to where it's pointing at you, pointing at somebody else. There's a ton that you can do with that little camera. I got to go back and to look at video. Okay. Let's see. Yep, today is payday. I bet the girl at the boathouse knows all. Oh, yeah. They know when everybody got paid. They'll sit there and tell you, oh, he got paid. He just got $1,700 a day. He got paid. He just got $1,200 a day. Man, I'm telling you, those girls, they sit there and they listen to these guys as they drink and tell everybody their business. And they just sitting there wiping the glass, listening. Oh, okay, that's how much you get. Okay. They know. Yeah, exactly. Good morning from Indonesia. Hey, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day today. Don't know what time it is exactly in Indonesia right now, but yeah, it's almost 11 Central Time on this side of the world. Any other questions you guys got? Any other questions? Oh, Howard, one camera I will tell you about is my little favorite little Insta 360 camera I keep right here. I love that little camera, man. The newest one, the Insta 360 Go, it does 2.7K, where the one I have only does 1080p. Now, depending on the type of program you have, you can always upscale it like I do sometimes to 4K if you want your videos in 4K. But that little camera, man, you can take it anywhere and people don't even notice it. They barely notice that thing. So that's another little cheap camera. For those of you thinking about just getting a little camera for FPV, that I have is you can buy the original one that like I have for like $180 is on sale at Amazon right now. And then the second version, if you get all the accessories, is like $330. But if you just get the camera itself, I want to say it's like two something. Can't remember the exact amount. Oh yeah, I've seen you unbox that, bro. Okay. That little bitty camera, man. I love that little camera. People don't even notice it. Let's see. I remember when I was stationed in Korea, all the bar girls knew when we were going to go to the field and we were paying. Oh yeah. Of course, because somebody told them. How much? Wait, how was the baby shower last weekend? Oh, it was a lot of fun. Tons of fun, bro. I didn't understand everything everybody was saying, but it was a lot of fun. Tons of fun. Met a lot of new people. We hung out, man, till about, well, most of us hung out to about 10:30, 11 o'clock. It was a ton of fun, man. I got to tell you, bro, and this is real talk. I got to tell y'all, man. People here, there's a lot of people here that don't have a lot, but it really don't take a lot for them to be happy, because all we had was like, you know, somebody brought a cake, somebody brought like snacks, somebody bought some drinks, and then somebody bought some alcohol. They threw some music on. Psh, man, those people were ecstatic, having a ball. You know, it just reminds me of all the different countries that I've been to where people don't have to have these extravagant lights, you know, the big blowout parties. Bro, they got some beer and some music. They good. They don't need all this other extra stuff. They good with just beer, some snacks, and music. They good. Hell, they'll break out with some dominoes, or they'll come out with some cards, or they'll just start dancing in the street. They good. Let's see. Can you collect SSDI and SSI? They're telling me to apply for both. Okay, so can you collect both? Yes, you can. But again, SSI is need-based. So let me put it to you this way. Let's say you worked, you have hours, but your Social Security is very low. Let's say your Social Security is only $300. Can you apply for SSI? Yes, if you don't have any other income. But if you 100% with it, just I'm gonna give you a couple examples. If you 100% with the VA, you go apply for SSDI. They approve you for SSDI, but because you waited so long to apply, you only got $300. So they're gonna put that $300 with your 100%. Can you still apply for SSI at that point? No, because you make too much money. But for those people who are only getting low amounts of Social Security, I think it's below $800 or $700. Can you get SSI and SSDI? Yes, because they're going to combine them to add up to whatever the minimum amount is. I think it's $700 or $800. One of those two. So yes, you can. Okay, that's not a bad price too. Yeah. Oops, missed one. Hey, Gabe, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. In Mexico, I had the health department come to my house to give me the COVID shot. My caregiver told me that I am housebound. Good to have the recognition here for being 100% PNT. Absolutely. Now here, they have started giving the COVID shot in Santa Fe Mall. But I just didn't know what I needed to do to get in that line, or do you have to be, or have to have a certain whatever? I don't know. I'm going to find out the next time I go. Because, bro, they had a line on the third or fourth floor, whichever floor it was, and it stretched all the way out the door. You guys that been here, you know how big this mall is, Santa Fe. That floor, because the shots were on the far end of the mall. They went all the way out the door with people waiting to get that shot. So I'm going to see if I can do it here. Because if I can do it here, I'm not trying to go back to the States anytime soon. J Love, what's up, sir? How's your evening? My evening's going great, man. Thanks for asking. Hopefully you're having a great day. Did the Panama information sound good to you, where you may consider moving there if there's more trouble in Colombia? Absolutely. I already said that's my first choice. Anytime a country wants to give me a way to come in and out of that country for life with a non-expiring visa, that's a no-brainer. You know, even if it costs me $2,000 to get that non-expiring, I mean, that's for life. You get that pension visa for life, and all of the benefits that you get with that pension visa. Absolutely. If I didn't already have this time in with Colombia, and let's just say this was my first year of this pension visa, oh, I'm already going to Panama due to all the different benefits you get. Because I'm telling you, man, you guys need to Google all the benefits and see all the benefits you get for getting that pension visa in Panama, man. It is well worth it. I've already started the process. I had already talked to Urban about it. I'm talking to the consulate in Miami, trying to figure out how I can get that done. But the first opportunity I get going to Miami, staying there for at least 2 weeks, letting them get my passport and stamp it, and then fly to Panama to get the visa, I'm doing it the first chance I get. Let's see. Overseas, people aren't trying to keep up with the Joneses like in the U.S. Being happy is a choice and it's free. Yeah, man. That, you know, it is so funny that in the States, when we have a party, you know, we got to put up lights. You know, we gotta get a band over. We got to get some kind of DJ going or whatever. Man, they'll take a $10 radio, or somebody got a wireless speaker, hook it up to their cell phone, and they off and running. They don't need all that stuff, man. They don't need none of it. Let's see. Try having a party in the U.S. without DJ or catering. Yep. They will say the party was lame. Here, man, they don't need none of that. Don't need none of it. None of it. None of that stuff matters, bro. They will take a little ass wireless speaker, hook it to their phone, long as they got some beer or something to snack on, or, you know, hell, they'll turn the cell phone lights on if they can't see outside. They good. They don't need all that shit, too. They don't need that. Let's see. Are you using a different camera today? I'm using this. Yeah, I bought this webcam a couple weeks ago, and this is what I've been using now on all of the live streams, is this camera. I don't know the name of the camera. I bought it out of Monterey Mall for $30, but I know it's a 1080p camera, even though this is saying 720p. I didn't upgrade it this service yet to 1080p, but this is a 1080p camera. Let's see. I'm in wild Las Vegas. The city is packed. I stayed in the Phoenician Hotel right off the strip. Yep, stayed at Phoenician many times. The Phoenician is right next to a sister property, which is starts with a P. God dang it. Man, let me tell y'all something about getting old and taking medication. You can't remember shit. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. If you're a young vet and you watching this, all them damn pills the VA giving you, all those damn pills, and your memory is just going to start because I can't remember shit half the time. But the Phoenician is right next to another hotel I used to stay at all the time in the presidential suite. I cannot think of the name of that damn hotel. That's going to bother me. Let's see. The mic sounds different. Good. Okay, LJ, I appreciate that, man. Let's see. I was born there, and I'm trying to get that Panama visa as a military retiree. You were born in Panama? This should be a lot easier for you if you were born there. Let's see. I'm trying to get that Panama visa. Yeah, definitely go for it, Carlo. I'm telling you, for what you got, I'm telling you, please Google the Panama pensionado visa. Look at all the different benefits you get when you get that visa, okay? That pension visa, all the discounts. Bro, do you all realize you get 50% off your hotel rate Monday through Thursday and 30% off on the weekends? That means a hotel that's 200 and whatever a night, you're only spending 100 and something a night. A hotel that's 100 and something a night, you're spending half of that Monday through Thursday. And then all the other different benefits that you get, man, there's a whole entire just stack of benefits that you get that Panama offers you. And the best part is you're not paying any taxes. You're not worried about any tax. They don't even want your money talking about, well, we want some of your tax money. They don't know, none of that. None of that. No, it's not the Paris. It's right next door. They're like sister properties. You got the Phoenician, and then right next to Phoenician, they're right next door to each other. Because the one I'm talking about has like the canal, like you're in Italy on the inside of it, right? You can go through like the canal. I can't even think of the name of it. The Palazzo. Yep. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. The Palazzo. That's the name of it. That's the one that's got the canal on the inside, right? That you can do like the thing in Paris. It's got the whole Paris theme. The Palazzo. Howard's been there because right next to the Phoenician, because they're sister properties, is the Palazzo. Because I used to gamble a lot in the Palazzo, and when they would have rooms that were booked, they would send me over to the Phoenician to stay in that one. Let's see. I'll get more perks with that visa, with the visa. Vice being a regular Panamanian citizen. Okay, cool. Yeah, that man. And I'm telling people, man, y'all gotta Google. If any of you all are even considering, because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, dude. Had I really looked into Panama, I wouldn't have came here. Not knowing, well, I would visit, right? But knowing what I know now about the visa in Panama, no. I've been in Panama. No way, man. For what they're going to give you, and they're only going to charge you one time. And this does not expire. It never expires. There's no, man. Yeah. Yeah. If you're seriously considering going overseas, getting the best bang for your buck. Now, I will say the cost of living there, yeah, it may be an issue for some people. The cost of living there, like it may be an issue for some of you guys to where you're going, yeah, sounds nice, but it's cost too much for me to live there. I get that. But for me, that ain't an issue. That's right up my alley. The whole French vibe, yep, that's the Palazzo. Sorry, I just joined the live chat. What exactly are all the hype about Panama visa benefits? I'm 25 and 100% PNT with the VA. Okay, so there's no age limit to get the pensionado visa. That's number one. There's no age limit. You just got to be able to show that you're receiving a pension for life. Your 100% PNT is all you need. They're not trying to tax you. They're not trying to get no more money out of you. You get a lifetime pension visa from Panama. And I'm damn sure doing it. I'm telling y'all, man, Google and look at all the benefits you get from a Panama pension visa. The first opportunity I get to get mine, I'm getting it. And you ain't even got to live there. You don't even have to live in the country. It's for life. So that means, dude, at any point some shit go wrong somewhere, you can just take your ass to Panama on one-way flight. Just go on to Panama, hell. You get discounts on your flight. You get discounts on everything. It's like, yeah, I screwed up. I told him tonight, I screwed up. I should have went to Panama first. Let's see. I know a lot of service connected and retired vets living in Panama. Yep. Guys are still trying to talk me into it. Yeah. Man, Urban been telling me for a couple years to go there. Harry has told me for a couple years to go there. My thing was, man, at the time I had just left hot ass Arizona and it was hot as hell in Panama. So I was like, man, I ain't trying to go I just left the heat. I'm not trying to go right back to the heat again. And I came here, fell in love with the weather, fell in love with the people. And at the time, it's this pandemic has changed a lot of things from where it was before. And here it was cool. I rearranged my finances so I wasn't dealing with the taxes. I didn't have any issues with where I'm living. I'm still cool with where I'm living here, but I'm still gonna get that damn visa, bro. You gonna give me something for life for $1,200? Wait, where can I give you this $1,200? Wow, yeah. Laugh my ass off. Let's see. Talk about housebound. What do you want to know about housebound? How to get housebound? Because the way that basically works, man, you got to have a doctor, a psychiatrist, or someone deem that you are housebound. Not that you have to be in a wheelchair, because a lot of people get that misunderstanding that they need to be in a wheelchair in order to be determined to be housebound. That's not true. Housebound is basically, for example, you got a bad back. Your doctor tells you you got to stay at home, 18 or 20 days out of the month. 13 to 15 days out of the month, you're at home in the bed, right? You be considered housebound because more than half the month, about half the month, you staying at home in the bed. You're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. So it just really depends. And then sometimes you can qualify for housebound depending on your disability, what your disability ratings are. If you got at least one disability at 100% and you have multiples that add up to 60% or higher, that's another way you can qualify for housebound based on your disabilities, not necessarily just based off of what your doctors say. Sometimes that happens. There's plenty of veterans out there who have multiple 100% disabilities, and they qualify for a higher aid in attendance, like L2 or even higher based upon their disability. So there's a lot of different ways to get to housebound. Let's see. How do you know about how much it is the cost of living per month to live comfortably, nothing fancy in Panama? That I can't answer, bro. Because the only people that I've talked to in Panama, they all live around the same area where Urban lives, which is downtown. And in those areas, bro, I think the minimum you're going to spend in that kind of area to be in a decent place is about 12 to 1300, right around in there. To be where he is, I mean, you're probably gonna be over $2,000 to be staying where he at. But I had planned on going, around the 16 to 18 a month range in Panama. That's what I was expecting. Hell, I was paying that here at the Energy Living Building before they went crazy with their pricing. In 2018, I was staying at the Energy Living Building, and it was right around 1700 a month. That same apartment now, man, they want like $4,000, $5,000. I'm like, y'all crazy. I ain't paying that. Y'all crazy. But 17, 18, yeah, I ain't got a problem with that, dude, because go to California, go to LA, go to San Diego, go to any of those and try to find you a decent apartment. Good luck on anything less than about 19 all the way up to about $3,000. And that's a 1-bedroom. We ain't even talking about a house. We ain't talking about you living in the best of the best. We're talking about in a decent area in a 1-bedroom apartment in those areas in the States. So to pay 16, 1700 for what you'll get in these countries, I'll take that all day long. You and I discussed Panama a while back. I heard the country was good for vets. Absolutely. Like I was telling Urban, the guy that runs HCA here, which is the third party service, he's from Panama, and he has the service, the same exact service in Panama. There's a ton of third-party services already set up for vets in Panama. Doctors, psychs, whatever you need to get done is already set up in Panama. I was thinking about Panama first before I settled on the Philippines. Okay. Like I said, for me, and a lot of people do, it's the flights, the time away from the state. Like if you still got kids, like you still close with your family and you're not trying to go all the way to the other end of the earth, you want to go somewhere where you can get back within a few hours. And that's why a lot of people choose the DR, why they'll choose Mexico, why they'll choose Panama or here, Colombia or Brazil. you can get back to Florida in 3 hours, versus you're in the Philippines or you're in Thailand, you're in Japan. That's some hell of a flights. You out, man. And then last minute flights. I took all that stuff into consideration. Last minute flight here, dude, depending on the airline, the most you might spend is $500-$600. You over in the Philippines, last minute flight on Delta, United, one of those, oh, you easily gonna come out $5,000, $6,000, easily. Mental health housebound. Okay. Mental health housebound. Okay, so that's going to be determined by your psych doctor, right? And what is it that's got you to where you have to have a care? Well, basically at that point, you're going to have a caregiver or somebody helping you. Because if you're mentally stuck in the house because of, what's going on with you mentally stuck in the house, then yeah, there's going to be a lot more going on there than just being housebound. There's going to be a caregiver involved in that. It may be like the gentleman earlier where you got somebody else who has power of attorney, who's taking care of you and taking care of all your affairs. So that's going to be a whole different level right there. But for mental health housebound, that's going to be determined by your psychiatrist. Maybe they feel you're not competent enough to be out on your own. You may end up hurting yourself or hurting someone else. There's many different reasons for that, LJ, but with mental health housebound, like I said, there's going to be a lot more involved in that than just being housebound. You're going to need a caregiver or somebody helping you. If they feel that you, because of your mental health, need to stay at home, that's a whole different level right there. Let's see, for Panama, you must have a pension visa of at least $1,000. Yeah, minimum $1,000 a month. The only way you can get it less than $1,000 a month, I believe, is you have to buy a home of a minimum of $100,000, and then the qualifications I think drops down to about $750. I think that's what it is. So you got to buy a house minimum of $100,000 to get it down to $750. But come on though, $1,000 a month, you should at least have a pension of $1,000 a month. Should. I don't know what everybody's financial situation is, but at least you should have $1,000 a month. Damn that housebound. Okay, bro. Let's see. Yep, and Panama is relatively close in proximity to the States as well. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying, man. People look at proximity. People look at what it costs to get back, how much time they got to spend. So people sometimes look at these countries the wrong way and get the wrong idea based upon what they see online sometimes and what they hear from other people. For me, proximity mattered because I still got 3 kids in the States, grandkids in the States. So something happens and I need to get back quickly. It's nothing for me to get back. But when you're on the other side of the earth, bro, because that's what really deterred me from going to any of those other countries, man, is when you on that plane ride just coming here, these 3 hours, 3.5 hours just coming here, it's like, wow, can you imagine sitting on this damn bucket for 18 hours, 22 hours? No, can't do it. Let's see, at least $1,000 per month to qualify for the pension. I just Googled. Okay, cool. Yeah, minimum 1,000. I mean, like I said, hopefully most people have that as a pension minimum. Let's see, Markel, great information, bro. No problem, man. Let's see. You're speaking of a fiduciary. Yes. Somebody take fiduciary responsibility. Exactly. Non-fancy in Panama, $2,000 a month. You'll be okay. Now, Carlos, where exactly in Panama would that be? Are you like out in the campo, out in the sticks? Are you still inside the city limit? Are you like in a small town that's close to Panama City? I mean, where exactly, when you say non-fancy in Panama, would that be? Because when people ask me, like when I showed those apartments here in Colombia, there were like studios for $100, $75. Where are those at? Well, they're inside of Medellin, but they're like, compared to where I am, they're like an hour and a half, hour out from where I'm living right here in Poblado. So, some people want to know where they are when they go to these places. And I try to give you guys a realistic expectation when you ask like, well, what's out this way for this price? You can go out that way. And I wouldn't recommend nobody living in those areas without speaking Spanish, knowing Spanish, because even here in Poblado, there's a few people that speak English, but the further you go out those places, ain't no English being spoken out that way, bro. None. You're going to need to know some Spanish. Let me see. What made you decide to live abroad? Very good question. So, sorry. For me, boredom, boredom and starting a new adventure, seeing something different. When I first retired, when I was 37 years old, all of my peers, just like right now, are still working. All of my peers were still playing golf and doing a lot of things I used to do, but I couldn't do anymore. And I started talking to someone about, getting out and seeing different things. At first, we would just travel to Mexico. We would travel to Hawaii. We would travel to, where else we were going? Canada. And never really thought about going to any of these other places. And then somebody told me about the Dominican Republic. Ended up going to the DR first time because, they're going to tell you Sosúa. I went to Sosúa twice, never going again. And then I started going to the capital in Santo Domingo. From there, I had branched out to Costa Rica, tried that, the Bahamas, Jamaica, went to Trinidad and Tobago, different places like that. And then in 2017, I started coming here to Colombia. Fell in love with the weather here, fell in love with the people here, and ended up getting a visa here. So that's basically how I ended up traveling. I ended up traveling out of boredom because when I retired at 37, man, and everybody else was working, there was nothing really for me to do. Who am I hanging out with my age that ain't working? Everybody else had jobs. I was the only one that was like sitting around doing nothing. So I started traveling. It gave me something to do. Let's see, you talking to Howard. Love and freedom. You guys talking to each other. Let's see. I work with a lot of Filipinos, and for me, English speaking and Christianity was the deciding factor. Okay. Additionally, I was stationed in Korea and Hawaii, so Asia and the Pacific stayed with me. Got it. Nothing wrong with that at all, bro. It was just for me. Proximity was my biggest thing because I've been to the Philippines. It's already been 11 years ago when I was in the Philippines, and it has changed quite a bit since I was there. But that flight, you're never going to forget them long ass flights. And I'm like, nah, can't do that, man. That's too far. That is too far. Let's see. Good information as always, Markel. Have a good evening. Okay, J Love, you have a great one. Let's see. Housebound because you don't do well with other people. You just don't go to stores for food, and the VA you keep to yourself. Okay, so you're saying basically this is someone who's not interacting with people. Basically no association with people, not leaving the house. You basically going to become an introvert, like you just stuck at home all the time. Okay, again, that's something you got to talk with your psychiatrist. Now, if this is something that's actually a condition, I can see it. But if it's just somebody's personality that they don't want to go nowhere, I don't know if a psychiatrist is going to go along with that. But if they suffering from like schizophrenia or something to where, just being around people puts them in a different place, got it. But if it's just a feeling that they just don't want to be around people, then yeah, I don't know how well that's going to go over with a psychiatrist. Thank you. Okay. You didn't quite finish that, but okay. Let's see. Panama has so many benefits for pensionado. Man, I'm telling y'all, dude, once I really started looking into all the different benefits that you get as a pensionado, man, I'm telling y'all, dude, do not be surprised. I'm showing you my cedula for freaking Panama because I'm definitely getting one. Because the keys for me for getting that pensionado visa, 1, I'm only paying one time. 2, it never expires. 3, all the benefits you get for having it. There's nothing never wrong with having a backup plan. Your plan A can be going great because this is my plan A. Well, plan A goes wrong, I got plan B, which would be Panama to fall back on. And if all that goes wrong, there's always plan C, going back to the States. So I always try to think ahead, and I always try to look at things that are going to benefit me the most. And I'm telling you guys, I don't see no downside whatsoever to getting this pensionado visa in Panama. I just don't see it. They're not asking me for anything else other than a one-time payment for a lifetime pensionado visa to come in and out of that country anytime I want, and I don't even have to live there. Part of the requirements for here, you got to live in this country. You can't do that with this type of visa. You can't just leave and then not come back for 2 or 3 years and think your visa is still good. Because if you don't believe me, Google it. Get a residential visa in this country. Leave for 2 years and come back. Guess what? Your residential visa is no longer any good. It's no longer valid. You got to start all over. Where with Panama, they don't even care. You can be gone. You ain't got to live there. You just go once every 5 years or whatever. They good with that. Not in this country. That don't work. No problem. Thanks for watching. Let's see. I'm in the process now. Residency is not even, that's what I'm telling them, man. You don't even have to be in the country. They giving it to you. They literally just saying, here, we want to give you this, whether you here or not. In Colombia, no. It don't work that way. It does not work that way. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can go to the Colombian government's website, and it spells it out in black and white. When you get your residency in this country, you get your residency in this country and you leave for 2-3 years and see what happens. When you come back, you no longer have it. Where in Panama, welcome, come on in. Totally different. Plan C wouldn't be the DR. No. I mean, I would still go visit the DR, but I think I would end up going back to the States because I'm going to end up back in the States anyway, to be quite honest with you. Somebody asked me this earlier. I'm going to end up in the States because I can never get all of my benefits I'm entitled to from the VA, Social Security, or any other sources I have without being in the U.S. or U.S. territory. Okay, so when I say U.S., don't just think of, the 48 states. It could be Hawaii. It could be, Puerto Rico. It could be the Virgin Islands. I'm just saying that in order for me to get my full benefits, when I do decide, okay, I'm not moving anywhere else, this is where I'm going to be till the end, it's going to be U.S. or U.S. territories. It's just not going to be one of these countries because even if I fall in love here and get married, she going with me to one of these states in the lower 48 or one of these other U.S. territories or one of these states outside of the 48. That's just the truth. Let's see. Culture, food, history, and other women besides American women. Just to see how other people live. Traveling opens the mind and the heart, and you can see life and history before your own eyes. Exactly. We're all in a part of history right now that's going to be looked back at in 100 years, 50 years, going through this pandemic situation. And, this is all history. Every day you living, that you going out doing different things, this is history. People are going to be studying this time period. So I try to enjoy as much as I can. I try to learn as much as I can, which I have learned a lot in this country. Speaking a different language, learning to speak a different language. There's just a lot going on, man. It's a lot to appreciate, and you appreciate the life that you have, the life that you're given, the opportunities that you're given, especially as a veteran. And you're having this income. You're not worried about money. You're not worried about a lot of things, and you just get to do whatever it is you want to do. It's almost like being a kid again with money. Literally, it's like being a child with money. You have some response. You got to pay your rent and stuff like that, but you can literally do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it. Literally. And it's crazy sometimes I'll lay in bed, and this is the honest to God's truth. I'll lay in bed sometimes, dude, and think this is all a dream. There's no way I'm actually living like this right now. There's no way. But it's reality. Well, I may need to check into Panama next week. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling all y'all, bro. They don't even care if you're in the country or not. That's the coolest part to me. They don't give a damn if you in the country or if you somewhere else, and they don't care. Welcome. You always welcome. You always welcome to come back. Let's see. I want to get it done before it changes. Absolutely. Because you don't know what's coming down the pipe. You don't know what kind of changes they're going to make. Like here, they've made a lot of changes. A lot of changes. So you don't know what's going to happen in the future. And I want to get it done too. As a matter of fact, on Monday, I'm calling the consulate in Miami for Panama. And I'm going to see if I can do this by just sending them FedEx my passport where they can send it back. I'm just going to try it out and see. Or if I physically got to be there for something. Let's see. In Panama City, San Francisco, man, I can't say half the damn name. El Dorado, Balboa Avenue, etc. Fancy includes Costa del Este, Punta Patilla. What is this? Casaco. Oh, okay, you're talking about all the name of the fancy locations and then all these other ones. Okay, I got you. Hopefully you all, because, man, I can't say all them damn names. I don't know what all those names are. But okay, so he's breaking it down for you. He's from Panama. He was born there. So he's breaking down to you guys what's fancy and what's basic. Got it. And he's saying $2,000 is pretty much can get you in a decent area in Panama City. Because I know when I looked online and I looked at, like, when I first go there looking at Airbnbs or looking at Verbo, yeah, it was well into the, the high teens to the low 2000s for like a month for a 1-bedroom. And some of the areas was like from 1900, at least from what I was looking at, from 1900 to about 2,500 for 30 days. Cool. Let's see. Why don't you publish books or offer consulting services? Why do you dress like you are in your 20s? Dress like I'm in my 20s? By wearing a t-shirt? Oh, because I wear this? Oh, I just wear that, dude, just to wear it. Well, he said I dress like I'm in my 20s. I'm just enjoying myself, dude. I wear shorts every day. I do what makes me happy. I put it that way. Everybody's different. I did the when I had my own company, I did the button down uniform every single day. I was never happy wearing all that. When I was my happiest, t-shirts, shorts. That was when I was my happiest. Being in warm weather, loving the summertime without working. So I'm having fun with that. As far as publishing a book, I'm not doing a book, but to be honest with you, I am working on a short film. That's why I bought the Sony A7C, and the lens that I bought was because I was actually planning on doing a short film and sending it to Netflix or the Independent Film Network or the Independent Film Channel, excuse me. And just to see if I can get something on it. Because if you ever notice, I don't know if you guys ever watched, IFC, the Independent Film Channel, or some of the Netflix commercials, there'll be this quick minute or two movie that they put out. And I wanted to do something like that. I have a script. I just never put it together. That's something I may do in the future. But as far as consulting, sir, I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to do that. Yeah, I don't have the patience for that. Hopefully that answered all your questions. Let's see. I know you maybe explained this 20 times during this video, but what's a bullet point list of some of the major benefits for U.S. veterans moving to Panama? I'm getting that is cheap living. No. Panama, depending on where you are, because he just gave a list of the cities. For you guys who just came on, Carlos gave a list of the different cities for people who want to live, okay. And then for people who want to go to the higher end locations, he just gave a whole list of names of the cities or locations inside of Panama City area. The bullet points for being a veteran going to Panama would be services that are already there that you don't have to look for as a veteran, whether it be counseling or whether it be applying for benefits or whether it being healthcare. Those are already there. Secondly, depending on your VA rating and how much you're getting, the pensionado visa and all the discounts that you get for a lifetime visa living in Panama. Some of the other bullet points would be all the discounts you get with the pensionado visa, because there's no age limit on the pensionado visa. All of the different discounts that you get. You don't have to be in the country in order to maintain the visa would be another one. So, but as far as cheap living, no, I wouldn't necessarily call it cheap living. Let's see. You just have to have the FBI and a proof of income. Apostille at the, what is this? Consultant in Tampa is quick. The consulate, in Tampa is quick. Miss said that. Okay. So it's in Tampa. Don't they have one in Miami? I'm pretty sure I looked it up and there was a consulate in Miami. I'm almost positive of that. But yeah, you got to get an FBI background check. And look, as long as you ain't did nothing too crazy, you should be fine with that. The hell, they gave you American. Well, I shouldn't say that because there's cats that got American passport. You wondering how they got them, but I'll leave that alone. Let's see. Once you start to travel, you will discover that a lot of things that they told you in school or books is not always true. Some books are based on truth, others on deception. That is very true. I'm never going to talk bad about where I came from. I love the United States of America and all the things that I can do because I'm from the United States of America. But that part about America being the best at everything is not true. America having the best of everything, that is not true. Okay. Once you travel, you've been around, you've seen things. Hell, even some of the malls that are here, the buildings that are here, the unique sculptures and structures that they have here. America does not have the best of everything. Let's see. It's our responsibility to figure out the truth. Yes. You laughing because I can't pronounce half that shit. Let's see. Hotel discounts, airlines, events, etc. Yep. Let's see. Hospitals connected to the U.S., etc. Okay. Cheap food, fresh food. Okay. Yes, I have dealt with Tampa and they process the documents the same day they get them. They told me, wow. So you can get everything done the same day in Tampa. I've never been to Tampa. I got to look into that, bro. If I can get everything done the same day, that's well worth going. You still got to go to Panama, though, in order to get that stamp, right? And to get your cedula, your ID card, your cellular, get your ID card. So, but I'm just ecstatic, man, because they give you a pension visa for life. For life, man, it don't get no better than that. What's in Tampa? Embassy for Panama. No, I think it's just a consulate. I don't think it's an embassy. I think it's a consulate that's in Tampa. They sent the docs back to me the next day. Yes, I have an attorney in Panama. Okay. Okay, so you just went through. So if you don't mind me asking you, Darren, how much did you pay total? Because Uncle Alan said in the video I just did with him, he paid about $1,200 to get everything he got done. Was about $1,200. Now Urban had a hookup and he paid about half of that. So, and online I'm seeing about $1,200 on average from doing research online and looking at everything. It looks about $1,200. And if you have dependents, it looks about like $1,000 for each dependent. They have a consulate. Okay, yeah, consulate. Let's see. Panama's pension retirement visa. Anyone over 18 of age can qualify for the Panama pension retirement visa by proving he or she is receiving a lifetime minimum of $1,000 per month. Yep. Okay, got it. Sincerely, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. Yeah, I believe it's around $1,200. Yeah, see, that's the price I'm hearing from everybody. It's going to cost you about $1,200 for one person. If you have dependents, from what I read online, it's going to cost you about $1,000 per dependent. So, what is an FBI report? A background. They're going to do a background check on you. Kind of like if you go buy a weapon, like you want to qualify to buy a weapon in the States, they do an FBI check. They want to see if your ass is a criminal. So that's basically what they're doing. They want to check to see your background. Most people ain't got nothing on their background anyway worth looking at. And if they do, don't they only go back so far? I believe, don't they go back like 7 to 10 years? They may go back 20 years. I don't know. I know when they're doing some of these checks, they only go back so far within the last 10 years, 12 years, or something like that. Panama real estate value at least $100,000, where the minimum monthly amount is reduced, to $750. Yep. Let's see. You actually go and do your fingerprints. Okay. Now here, when I got my pension visa, they didn't check shit that I'm aware of. They did do a credit check. They got my proof of income from the embassy. And that was it. All I needed to know was my blood type. And I needed to get a copy of my passport and give it to them. And that was it. But they did do some kind of background check, though. I will say that. They don't just like let you just whatever. But they didn't do, it didn't seem like they did as much as they're doing here in Panama. I went to UPS. You went to UPS for your fingerprints or what? So you went to UPS to do your fingerprints. Okay. How would you get the report? I think he's explaining that right now because he said you actually go and do your fingerprints, and he went to UPS, the United States Postal Service. To do your fingerprints. Okay. For the prints. Yep. So yeah, he's explaining that now. He went to the Postal Service for his fingerprints. Yeah, because don't they do fingerprints for your passport when they get you your passport? Don't they do your fingerprint? I haven't done, man. It's been a while since I did the passport, but I'm almost sure that you get a fingerprint card, right? When you get your passport. Let's see. They have an actual online website. Okay. Let's see. Do they check your credit history too? Men pay those piles of child support. And they got back child support. They can't even get a passport to even go. So that won't even matter. And your FBI report will get printed out. Okay. Let's see. No fingerprints for passports, only the 2 in pictures. What the hell did I do fingerprints for? I did fingerprints for something. I can't even remember what the hell I did fingerprints for. The 2-inch pictures. I got you. They will take your passport if you don't. Yeah, you don't pay child support. You ain't even getting the passport, bro. You ain't going nowhere. you ain't going nowhere if you don't pay that child support. You can go to Puerto Rico. You can go to the Virgin Islands, but you ain't going nowhere overseas. No, not to any of these other countries. No, that ain't happening. Or cancel your passport, right? Yeah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. A gun license, yeah. Yeah, the FBI do a background check on that. Let's see. Just go to the police. Just go to the police department unless you're a wanted criminal. Yes, things like background checks require fingerprints, etc., but not passports. So wait a minute, man. So they don't do a background check when they give you a passport? I thought they did do some kind of background check to give you a passport. Or, man, I did fingerprints for somebody. I thought it was for my passport. Let's see. Child support got them locked down. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere with child support, bro. You can forget that. Child support, you can forget it. That's a done deal. You finish. Hell, they like, if you won't even take care of responsibilities here, why in the hell are we going to let you go to another country where you can damn sure skip responsibility? No, they're not doing that. Boy, say I dress like I'm 20. Glad to hear it. I'm just enjoying myself. I mean, I'm not trying to be here in a business suit. Going back to that, I'm not trying to be here in a business suit or dressed down or whatever. I'm dressed comfortable. I go places, I'm comfortable. All right. That's all I care about is being comfortable. Let's see. I knew they won't renew your passport. Yeah. They're going to take your passport or suspend it if you owe child support. Passport is just proof of citizenship. So they don't really check your passport. So you telling me then they'll let any person from the U.S. get a passport and travel to these countries, knowing what their background is? I don't know, man. They got to do some kind of check, bro. If only we looked like we were 20. I know. I know. Hey, I appreciate that, Lou. You have a good one. Let's see how long I've been on. Yeah, let me get off here, bro. I've been on here about an hour and a half. Let's see. They check like State Department, but it's actually during the application phase as when you went to fill out the application and send it to the U.S. State Department. No fingerprints, though. Okay, I know they got to do some kind of check, man. There's no way they just allowing anybody to get a passport. Keep dressing like you're 20, brother. Absolutely. Let's see. People at home wear T-shirts and leisure clothes. Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm just comfortable. I don't know how y'all do it, man. But look, as an expat here, I dress comfortable. That's all I can tell you. I've never had anyone tell me I couldn't enter this location or do this or do that based upon what I had on. None. Hell, dude. I've been in situations where people have had parties in restaurants. I got on shorts. These people are wearing suit ties, evening dresses. I go there. I'm expecting them to say, no, you need to have a tie on or this or that. Come on in. Bienvenidos. Welcome. Nobody says nothing. Let's see. They know who people are, bro. It's just like they run your name and social through the system informally. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got to do something. There's no way that you're going to let anybody just do anything. Let's see. No, they do check for passport. Okay. How about this? Because there ain't no way. Keep up the good work. No problem, man. I appreciate you watching. That's how they know if you owe child support. Exactly. Your shit going to pop up. Your social security number going to ping. Hey, we can't let you on this flight. Oh, okay. I guess I'm wrong. I initially got my passport in 2008. Okay. Yeah, because, man, it's been a while. The passport lasts 10 years. I had just got a new one, and I just renewed it in 2016. So mine doesn't expire for another, 5 years. I got another 5 years before it expires. Let's see. Retire life means no worries. Hell, dress naked for all I care. That's my man right there. I like that one. That's what I'm saying, man. Who cares when you retire? See, that's the beauty of being retired. When you're retired, do you all care what somebody else has to say or think? Not in the least bit. When you retire, bro, you don't answer to nobody. You ain't answering to nobody except yourself. The only person you answer to is the person in the mirror. Everybody else that's talking, what do you care? You care less. Let's see. Do you use Space A flights? No, I haven't tried to use them at all since I got out. Like I said, we used to call them a hop. I haven't even attempted to do anything with Space A since I've been out. Yeah, I haven't tried any of that, dude. And most of the people I've heard from who's tried it, they've been bumped so many times that they give up. They just go get a regular flight. Let's see. All right, Howard, you have a good one, man. I don't know if you're bouncing yet. Let's see. See ya. I love to learn from retired vets. I've been picking your brain about extra VA benefits soon. Appreciate it. Hey, no problem. You have a great night because I'm getting ready to get off here too. Thanks for the info. No problem. Yeah, I'm on my second passport. Yeah, so am I. That's why I can't remember shit, dude. Medication and getting old is a mother. I'm telling you guys that are in your 30s, your memory is good right now. Wait till you start hitting your 40s, your late 40s. You'll see things that you used to be able to recall like that, things that you can see easily. Now, it ain't the same, dude. I remember looking at my grandparents going, why can't you see that? I could easily see it. And now, man, I have to really look, like blink my eyes and look and like really look at it to see what the hell it says now. It's like, yeah, getting old is a mother. It's a mother. I got my first passport in 1993. Okay. Nope. You ain't lying, at 1993, because you know we used to travel off our military ID card. Your active duty ID card, hell, that's all you needed to go anywhere. Very good show. Are you in Colombia? I'm in Colombia. I'm in Medellin, Colombia. But all right, guys, my last one right here from Mr. Chance. Back in the day, your military ID was your passport. Exactly. You just had to go to S2 and get travel orders. If you were going to another country, that's how it was when I was stationed in Italy in 88, 93. Yep. Because I got in 1990. And that's all you had to do. Your ID card, your active duty ID card was your passport. And then you just get on a hop. We used to go to Hawaii. We used to do all kinds of shit, man. Motherfucker would travel, save up, and like, hey, man, let's go take this and head out to blah, blah, blah. And then the hotels that we would stay in, nowhere near the prices they are now. If you go to the base and you try to stay in one of them hotels, dude, let me see. The last one I stayed at was at Luke Air Force Base in Glendale, Arizona. It was like $120 a night to stay at that hotel because they changed the franchise to whoever owns the Holiday Inn, whoever that franchise is, that's who runs the chain now on base. Dude, I recall we only paid like $12 or $15 a night to stay in a hotel on base. It was nothing like it is now. Nothing. Let's see. I put on my glasses. That's the VA issue made at the VA. Y'all know what I'm saying, man? Like these little numbers right here on this bottle. I can't see that shit, dude. Can't see it at all. Used to be able to see everything. Now. I got my 1979. Wow. Let's see. When I was stationed in Japan, we needed a passport for the Philippines. Wow. So they made y'all get a passport even though you had an active duty military ID. That's different, bro. All I needed was my active duty ID, and I was good. Remember Head Start languages classes that were mandatory when you were stationed overseas. Yes, and Uncle Alan had mentioned that too, and that brought me back. Dude, because yes, when you were overseas, you had to go to those damn language classes. And how much did you actually learn other than the basic greeting of hello, goodbye? You really learned shit. Those classes was only like a day. You might get 2 days, and that was it. You were done. Let's see. Got my passport back in 1985. Hey, she got everybody with 1979. She got everybody. Yep, in 1993. Bro, she got everybody. 1979. Enough said. Drop the mic. Wow. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always, guys. I will be back live on Monday. I apologize again for everybody watching this on the replay, but I have a full day tomorrow. I will be coming out with another video for the other channel on Monday, and I should have a video when I get back, or no, Monday night or Monday afternoon. Yeah, so until then, guys, again, peace. Have a good one. I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, on the next one.